Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? Let me know. Comments. When I left off on Friday, I told you I was going camping, and I also told you that I hope you get to spend some time with your family this weekend. So if you did, let me know how in the comments, and we can share our stories about spending time with the family, because that's exactly what I did this weekend. And I think I conveyed how stressed I was about it last week. I was pretty stressed with going on this camping trip. We haven't done it in 3 years, and when we used to go, we went with a whole group of people, and so the kids had lots of friends to play with, lots of entertainment, and we had their aunt had like all of the camping gears. We had our own tent and stuff, and I took my own stove and helped with all the cooking and stuff. But she had all of the utensils and just the whole list of things you need to take when you go camping. And so I think I was more stressed about that than anything. The other thing I was stressed about was just being an entertainer for my daughters for that long of a time. I'm not good at it. I'm not very good at being an entertainer. I was not entertained as a child. My parents didn't entertain me. And it's very difficult for me to be the entertainer, to be the active person who's keeping them engaged. I'm not good at it. And when they're here, I can do it for a while, but they also have the internet here. They also have, lots of things that can distract them. In where we went camping is in the middle of nowhere. We went to the Mon National Forest to a place called Seneca Rocks, which is this beautiful rock that climbers like to climb. It's part of the Appalachian Mountains, I believe. I don't know. I'm assuming. It's about 2 hours from here in the kind of southeastern part of the state, and it's gorgeous. It's a wonderful place, but there is nothing anywhere near there. Like, it's an hour to the next thing. It's 45 minutes after you lose cell phone service is when you get to Seneca Rocks. So I was stressed about the camping stuff. I had a huge list of stuff we had to buy. We went and did that Friday morning before we left. And then I was stressed about entertaining them for that stretch of time. How am I going to pull that off? What are we going to do to keep that all going? But the good news is, like, they're of an age now. My oldest is about to turn 15. My youngest is 10, where they could help plan, and they did. And it was like, we'll do this, this, and this, and then we'll do this, this, and this. And it was like, okay, that sounds great. Let's get it done. And I didn't have to be the only one who had any sort of idea of what we could do. I had them to lean on, and they would say, why don't we go do this, and then we'll have lunch, and then, So it ended up being really like a collaborative effort, and that made it really super fun for all of us. It ended up being not stressful at all. We had a good time. Friday, we got there. We set the camp up. Hopefully I'm showing you pictures right now. We put the camp together pretty quickly. The site that we had was about like 50 or 60 yards from the car, so we had to carry everything in, but it wasn't like a hike. We set everything up. We didn't even have dinner. We just set it all up, and then immediately my youngest said, can we go swimming? Sure. So we put our bathing suits on and went to the river. There's a really cool little swimming hole at the base of Seneca Rocks. And we went swimming. And we got back from that like at 6:30 or 7. I cooked dinner, started a campfire. We had hot dogs and mac and cheese, like good camp food. And, we sat around the campfire until 11 o'clock at night and went to bed. And then Saturday we woke up. It was really, really cold. My youngest woke up first, and she was freezing, so we ran out of firewood the night before. So we ran to the store, bought some firewood. There is a store. And part of the whole thing with building the list was I didn't want to spend money at that store, because it's the kind of store that, if you've never been to the country, you wouldn't know this, but there's these stores that are like, it's an actual old world general store. You go in there and they have motor oil, they have fish sticks, they have, whatever you want. But it's the kind of place that there's no inventory, there's no trucks that drive out there. So it's just like these people go to Walmart, buy things, bring it back, and resell it for a profit. So everything's expensive. Everything is expensive because you're paying for them to go do that. And so I tried to avoid all of that with my shopping list, and I did. I only bought a couple little things that I didn't think about. But we went to Saturday morning, got the firewood. We had eggs and sausage every morning for breakfast. It was awesome. I took coffee, so I had lots of coffee. That's important. For lunches, I took pepperoni rolls. We had bags of chips that we could eat. And then dinner Saturday night, we had spaghetti with sausage. And, well, that was it. And it was awesome. Saturday, there's 2 different caverns that you can go on, like tours that you can take down there. There's Seneca Caverns and Smokehole Caverns. We did Seneca Caverns in the morning, then came back and like chilled for lunch a little bit, and then we went and did Smokehole Caverns. They're just kind of 2 easy walk through and look at the formations and that sort of thing. Just really silly tour guide jokes. By the way, I want to know like who writes the material for tour guides, because it's pretty bad. Did the caverns after lunch. We had a second cavern. Shopped at their gift shop. They have a lot of stuff to look at. And then went swimming again, and then had dinner, and then another campfire. And then we woke up yesterday and had breakfast and went on a hike. We tried to do the Seneca Trail. We couldn't make it because of my daughter's knee, but we made it almost to the top, and it was miserable. The whole entire trip I was fine until yesterday. And I wasn't any sort of mental breakdown or anything. It was allergies. Allergies murdered me yesterday. And I don't know why. I was fine all weekend. I had some sneezing in the morning, which is normal. And I've been taking my allergy medicine, but it was disastrously bad. Like swollen eye and everything. Everything was draining. It was horrible. I drove home yesterday, dropped them off, came back here, rested as much as I possibly could until I couldn't take it anymore. And then went to Walmart and got eye drops and did the eye drop thing. And I was asleep by like 8 o'clock last night. And it is late right now. It's like 10 o'clock because today was super busy. And it was not until like 1-ish today that I started to feel kind of normal again. I'm starting to get sniffly again right now. So I don't know why, but it's pretty miserable. And tonight was super crazy busy. My oldest had PT, my youngest had her middle school orientation. It's my mother's birthday, and I had a whole bunch of work to get done. So it's 10 o'clock. I'm finally getting a chance to record this. And it's been a crazy bunch of days, but I had a really relaxing time with them. And I think that the fact that it was a collaborative effort, that we all kind of worked together to make the weekend enjoyable for all 3 of us, was really awesome. And I think that's something that we don't get to do when we're like in a space like my house, where the question isn't what can we all do together. It's more like, I'm bored, what are you going to do about it? And whereas when we're in the woods, it's like, I'm bored and so is everybody else because there's nothing to do out here, so what are we going to do? And it was fun. It was fun because of that, and spending time with them was really amazing. It was a really good time. But it is extremely late tonight, and I just wanted to tell you about my weekend and hope that you got to spend some time with your family and that you'll tell me about it in the comments, because I love hearing from you. I'm going to go edit this, and then I'm going to go to bed because I have another big day tomorrow. So thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and being amazing friends, being wonderful people. I appreciate you. And Mom, if you're watching this, happy birthday. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from Wikipedia. How many miles are in a league? On land, the league was most commonly defined as 3 miles, although the length of the mile could vary from place to place and depending on the era. At sea, a league was 3 nautical miles, which is about 5.6 kilometers.